Football there, and there's contact, but I don't think it's a foul. I think it's a good job.
Here's third down, and Allen goes back across the field to Johnson on the lateral. He gets within about a yard of the first.
To throw a flag and challenge.
Instead, fourth down, they're going for it, and Allen plows over the left tackle and has the first down. And fellas, I think you're absolutely right. That did look on that replay like it went forward by about a yard, but it's too late now. It's in the books. It's a 3rd and 4. Allen, pass, pulled down. Did he have possession? They say yes. Kincaid with the catch. Could have been nullified with a challenge flag.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Here's the handoff to Diggs. He's got a first down about the 21-yard line.
What a great job.
Snead is on him. 1st and 10. It's back to Kincaid with a blocker in front. He's down to the 10-yard line. Knox helped free him, so did Spencer Brown.
You got to watch the quarterback extending with his legs here.
Got the time to survey. Fires it. Knocked down. 1 of 3 last week. This one is good.
Oh, barely. Start this game.
2nd and 9. As Mahomes gets twisted around and escapes. Completes it for the first down, and it's Rice. Aaron Johnson able to tackle him down. On first down, fake the handoff, Pacheco. Drills it. There is Kelsey with A.J. Klein on him, and this is exactly... Pass. Knocked away, incomplete. Dane Jackson was able to defend that pass. Butker. On Monday, Chris Jones not out there right now as the pass goes to Shakir. He's got a first down. This is a emerging star for this offense. Possession.
Extra linemen in, they do this a lot.
Little bootleg action. And Allen goes underneath it. Got a first down.
Yeah, I wouldn't keep him on the sideline too long.
No.
From
the 49, Kansas City, Johnson delivers a stiff arm, and finally Snead pushes him out. You talked about him picking up 6 yards on first down a moment ago. This one on first down got 9.
But if you can push someone around, you can win.
They got 62 yards on the ground already as Cook.
To the red zone, Jim, and who can punch it in.
On 2nd and 2 to start the second quarter, they've got another first down picked up.
Look at that push.
Yeah, Cook.
That middle.
He's going to run it. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Buffalo.
He's playing in his 16th. You may never see that again.
No, as Pacheco starts the gallop, and now they've got a couple of nice runs.
That's how they had success in week 14.
Mahomes with a good fake down the field. He finds Kelsey inside the 30, rumbling down to about the 28.
But if you're going to pressure Mahomes and use part of what had success in week 14 and play man, Klein's going to have to guard Kelsey.
3rd and 6. Pass caught at the 10-yard line with 2 Bills on him. To the end zone. Incomplete. Townsend on the hold, and the kick is pure. Couple of field goals.
Mike Edwards is out with a concussion.
Oh, wow. 2 big-time players for them. Here's Cook. As again, Bolton is on that sideline and shoving him out of bounds. That is big. Edwards is out. Gay is in the locker room. We see Tranquil on the field right now for Gay.
Kansas City gives up the fewest big plays in the NFL.
3rd and 8. Complete. Shakir stopped well short of the first by Connor. Best the league has seen in years. They're into the conference final.
Amazing.
1st and 10. Stepping up, throwing, and finding Gray for a 12-yard completion. So they give it to Edwards-Helaire. What a nice cut that was. And he is motoring down to about the 20-yard line.
That frees you up as a quarterback.
And 2nd down, launch wide open. Kelsey Kelsey has the touchdown. And they fake the give and a toss to Cook, then they throw it to him. He's got Kincaid out there trying to throw a block. Allen hits Diggs. He got away for a moment. Got away from Bolton.
And you got to work it to your backs and tight ends more often.
2nd and 4. Gives it up to Murray. Oh, man. That's how you improvise right there to pick up the first down.
Right now about the clock until you get it around that 30-second mark.
Allen drops back to the 40. Gonna run with it again. There he goes to the 21.
They got a spy up on him right now inside.
Allen guns it down toward the first down mark, and they're calling it a catch.
Get rid of Kansas City's timeout, use the quarterback's legs.
Who else to run it? But Josh Allen, who's in for the touchdown. Ball came out at the end. Reed has it, but I believe he broke the plane. On first down, Mahomes going with a long ball. What a catch!
The ball last gen, but a fumble or a turnover could cost you your season.
Mahomes. A couple of times he's able to fake as if he's going to give it up to Bell, and he keeps going as, my goodness, look at Mahomes doing what we watched. So he missed one play, 2nd and 8. There's Pacheco, all kinds of room in the middle of that field, and he's got a 1st and goal to go.
They've stalled out far too much recently.
Gonna go to Kelsey, got blockers out there, trying to find an opening and a pylon, and they say touchdown.
Wow, touchdown, what an incredible individual effort by Kelsey. It's a screen, not much room there. And at the end of it,
that's going to be enough for a first down.
and these are huge marks right here because you almost can't go for it so far.
Reggie Gilliam in at fullback on 2nd and 3. They're going to run behind Gilliam, and there he goes. Cook with another first down for the Bills.
They're continuing to use 6 offensive linemen. Hard to talk.
It is very difficult. 1st and 10. Cook for 8 more. Dead. 2nd and 2. No call. Cook
displacing that middle over and over again. This is very concerning. Can you get the first downs when you have to run the ball right at them?
On 3rd and 2, they have it. Ty Johnson down to the 5-yard line. Sliding left. On the go. Throws. End zone. Touchdown! The Bills score from 13 yards out. Shakir hauls it in.
And that's on Snead, his first touchdown given up this year by the great in this half more than you did in the first.
There's Mahomes completing it. First down from their own 37. Pacheco high steps it and picks up 12. Runs hard.
They're coming after him right up that middle. He saw it. Both these guys. Kelsey one-on-one.
Here they come on 2nd and 8. He's able to get ahead of them and go down the field and connect at the 16-yard line. And Valdez-Scantling has another big catch in the 24 regular season. But here we go for the 4th. Over to Rice. Rice between defenders. Makes it a goal-to-go situation for the Chiefs about 4 yards out. Pacheco. Pacheco is across for the Kansas City touchdown.
Wow, what a run. Finishes downhill. And this is an outstanding misdirection play call.
Diggs lining up in the backfield. We saw this once in the first half, and they handed it to him. This time they fake it. And Josh Allen takes off for 8. Considering there's only been one punt in this game. Ball tipped. Tip. Karlaftis was coming in after. Going downwind with this one. Fake. Hamlin is stopped short.
And that'll be the first turnover, even though McDermott did say he's going to go for it.
Here's Pacheco into the secondary and running down the sideline and out of bounds at about the 3-yard line.
Huge if you're Buffalo right now to hold them to 3, and Kansas City wants to go up 2 scores.
Here's the toss. It's Hardman, and Hardman is stopped just short. Hey, the ball went through the end zone.
Oh my gosh.
They may rule him down. The Bills are saying that ball was fumbled to the back of the end zone.
Oh my goodness.
You got to bring us in here.
Yeah,
what
most
you
definitely,
see.
Jim. First thing I'm looking at, Jim, is he's down by contact.
And here comes the
You
call.
could tell by the crowd, Jim.
The ball came loose in the player's possession before his hip hit the ground. The ball then rolled through the end zone. It is a touchback. It's Buffalo's ball. First down.
Finally, you can come after them if you want. We'll see which way they're coming.
There's Allen going for the home run ball. Diving attempt. Did he catch it? Sure field. He says my arms are underneath there. They say incomplete.
Oh my goodness.
Pass dumped off. No one there. Rice had no chance to catch that.
That contact occurs within 5 yards with the quarterback in the pocket. That's a discussion.
Interference. Defense number 42. Ball will be to the spot of the foul. It's a first down.
Digesting plays, right? So you see what appears to be legal, and then you're rewinding, and actually you're kind of digesting to see if that ball's in the air, and it is really close.
Buffalo will have to defend on Kelce, a figure in the middle of that field on 3rd and 10. Mahomes rolling out. Williams had a play on him, and they tackle him down. You got a chance to beat your nemesis. You did what you wanted. You got him to play here. By rallying late in the year, and Kincaid able to slip through a tackle and then dive ahead for 8 more. 2nd and 2. Allen keeps it. Takes a hit and still stands up. Was that a little excessive, Gene?
In the NFL all season long, biggest one of the season.
Allen. He's not going to get there. The ball is on the ground and it's recovered by Spencer Brown.
This is
4th and 3. Over to Shakir. He's going to get it with plenty to spare. Allen sidearms it. Got a first down to the 27-yard line with Sherfield.
let the clock keep ticking over and over again.
3rd and 9. Allen looking. On the go, still looking, and it's incomplete. And now you got to bring out Bass. Sean McDermott, after his 1-for-3 performance last week, he says has tremendous support in the building. If he has to make one for us, with the game on the line, he will. 44 yards, Bass. No, he doesn't make it. Wide right.
Wow.
The 2 most dreaded words in Buffalo have surfaced again. Pacheco time. Pacheco still going. Oh, that is a big run and second effort.
So if you're the free safety, you get down in there.
2nd and 2. Pacheco. He's got the first down, and the Chiefs are going to be going to Baltimore. Going to the AFC Championship game for a 6th consecutive year. And what a matchup that will be. The defending champions move forward.